In a small town in China, there's a girl with countless dreams in her eyes. Even though she's talented, she constantly faces humiliation and inferiority complex everywhere, just because of her weight. Fed up with the mockery and insults, there was a time she tried to take her own life. But then something happened, something that completely changed her life. Her self-confidence took her to a place she could have never even imagined. Today's story teaches you how to bring yourself back to life, how you should never give up. If you're going through a dark phase in life, this story might just help you too. So, we brings you the 2024 Chinese movie YOLO. If this story touches your heart, then consider subscribing our channel and don't forget to like the video. The story begins at China's famous Xiangxing Boxing Club, where a historic match is about to take place. Someone is getting ready for the fight, but we don't see their face yet. The scene transitions and we meet Lena, unmarried and overweight. Someone who's been bullied so many times for her body that she gave up on even thinking about having a job. She lives without caring what the world thinks, spending most of her time sleeping and eating. Lena lives with her mom and her divorced older sister, Dan, who also has a daughter. Both of them are fed up with Lena's lifestyle, just lying around the house all day. They're seriously worried about her future. If things keep going like this, Lena will turn into a burden for them. They own a small grocery store. Today, Lena's cousin Donna is visiting. Lena's mom and sister share their frustrations with Donna. Donna is a journalist. Her company recently launched a TV show that interviews unemployed people and tries to help them get jobs. In the interview, participants talk about their lives and if any company is interested, they may get hired. Lena's mom asks Donna to help Lena get on the show too. Donna actually came with the same intention, that maybe this would help Lena get employed. Suddenly, there's a thudding sound like something heavy is falling from upstairs. It's Lena. They somehow convince her to do the interview. Lena really doesn't want to do it, but the camera starts rolling. She's asked questions, but her answers are dull and disinterested. Turns out, Donna told her mom to act emotionally just to stir audience feelings and create hype for the show. Lena didn't like this lie at all, and in the middle of the interview she tried to stop both her mom and sister. She was extremely hurt by everything and stormed out of the house. She called her boyfriend and best friend Lily and asked them to hang out. But both of them were in bed, together. Yes, her boyfriend had been cheating on her with her best friend for a long time, and poor Lena had no clue. They had planned to finally tell her the truth that day. The three of them met at a restaurant. Lena kept drinking nonstop. Lily tried to comfort her, but when Lena went to the restroom, her boyfriend told Lily that this was the best time to confess the truth. Lily said she couldn't face Lena. She had been Lena's childhood friend, they'd been through everything together. Lena returned and her boyfriend said, "I have something important to tell you." But Lena interrupted saying, "There's no difference between you two." She trusted both of them the most and they were the ones who betrayed her. Without giving any reason, her boyfriend dumped her right there. He said she had changed, become strange and awkward. Lena suspected there was someone else in his life now. After all, he used to treat her with love before. She snatched his phone and unlocked it. The wallpaper was of Lily and all the messages made everything crystal clear. Seeing this, Lily immediately apologized, but Lena didn't say a word. She just walked away. As she left, Lily called out, "Our wedding is on the 8th of this month. Please come. If you don't, people will think I stole my best friend's boyfriend." That hurt even more. How selfish could people be, always ready to stab you in the back? Later, while eating cotton candy, Lena wandered around the city alone. She came home quietly and slept. The next morning, her sister Dan brought her favorite, chicken wings. But Lena wasn't happy. Why? Because the house they were living in was actually left to her by her grandfather. Dan is divorced and wants to admit her daughter into a good private school. To afford this, she wants to sell the house. During lunch, their mom asks Lena to sign the house papers. Dan says, "Your niece is like your own daughter." Without thinking, Lena agrees to give up the house. Her mom says, "Sweetheart, your sister has been through a tough time." After the divorce, her ex-husband stopped supporting her financially. Lena replies, "After the marriage, Dan cheated on her husband. How can you expect me to trust her? She doesn't even have her own life sorted and now she's talking about responsibility." Dan lashes out. "Who are you to question my character? You should be ashamed. You're the older sister, 30 years old, jobless, lying around all day. What will you even do with this house?" In a few years, you'll grow old and still be living off our parents. The argument escalates into a physical fight. Their mom screams at both of them. If you can't stop, I'll throw both of you out of this house. He tells Lena, I know Dan was wrong this time, but I want you to see the world. Here's some money. Go live your life. Lena leaves the house without taking the money. First, she rents a room, which turns out to be a bit expensive. Her mom secretly transfers some money into her account, knowing she would never ask herself. Still, Lena needs money, so she applies for a waitress job at a restaurant. She gets the job, but the restaurant owner is sleazy. Still, because of her financial situation, she agrees to work. One day, while sitting in a car and trying to smoke a cigarette, Lena accidentally turns on the headlights. Right then, she sees a man named Juan peeing outside. Embarrassed, Lena tries to hide. The car horn honks by mistake. Juan, angry, walks over and says, What's your problem? Can't someone even pee in peace? Lena apologizes. Sorry, it was an accident. I was trying to operate the car and needed some help. Juan confidently gets in the car to help, but truth is, he doesn't know how to drive either. After a few failed attempts, he awkwardly leaves. Lena laughs as he walks away, but Juan accidentally leaves his boxing gloves behind. The next morning, Lena brings his gloves to the gym and asks the receptionist about him. The receptionist calls Juan and he thanks Lena for returning his gloves. As Lena smiles and nods, the receptionist immediately starts telling her about gym offers and membership. Before she understands what's happening, she gets added to a WeChat group. If she ever wants to learn boxing, she can reach out to Juan. Turns out this is a tactic the gym uses to bring in new members. Juan says, You're good at talking to people, just get them to sign up. The gym owner scolds all the coaches. If we don't sell enough memberships, we'll have to shut down. So he announces a program the next day where all coaches must promote the gym to attendees. Juan is frustrated. He became a coach to train, not to be a salesman. What's the point if this is all we do, he thinks. Meanwhile, Lena checks Juan's WeChat profile and wants to message him. But before she can, Juan messages her. If you're free tomorrow, can we meet in the park? Lena is thrilled because she's starting to like Juan. She tells her colleague Zizi, who says, He's only asking you so he can sell you a membership. It's all part of the plan. Still, Lena meets Juan at the park and just as expected, he brings up the program. But instead of pitching a membership, he opens up his heart. I want to teach people boxing, not trick them with fake promises. Everyone has dreams and no one should crush them for money. Their eyes meet for a moment. Lena starts feeling something for him. And maybe Juan starts liking her too. When Lena feels cold, Juan takes off his jacket and puts it on her. Despite what others say, Lena signs up for the gym. Not for boxing, but to spend more time with Juan. Juan begins training her and little by little Lena gets better. They start getting closer, spending more and more time together. Lena began enjoying spending time with Juan and it became pretty obvious she liked him. But the gym owner had other plans. He told Juan, You won't be participating in the championship. I'm replacing you with Tafu. Juan, although disappointed, smiled and agreed. That same evening, Juan called Lena and told her that he'd given his slot in the championship to Tafu. Not just that, he even gave Tafu his 2-month advance salary so he could prepare for the match. Lena was surprised and deeply touched by Juan's generosity. The more time they spent together, the more it felt like they were falling in love. Juan started cooking for Lena and she began taking care of him, his diet, his routine, everything, so he could stay fully focused on boxing. A few days before the match, Juan's opponent's father bribed him with money. He offered him a huge sum to intentionally lose the match. Lena, standing outside, overheard everything. After the man left, Lena asked Juan, What are you thinking? Return the money and tell him you're going to fight. Juan looked at the cash in disbelief and said, I've never seen this much money in my life. Lena, I need this money. I'll fight next time. What's the big deal? If I don't fight now, I'll retire. That's all. Lena said, But boxing is your dream. You told me once if you could just win once. She tried her best to convince him. But Juan got irritated and snapped. What do you think? That I'll ever get another chance to fight at this age? You want me to return the money and go broke? Do you want me to end up drinking on the streets? Or doing labor work on some construction site? Who are you to tell me what I should or shouldn't do? Just a waitress? Who are you to lecture me? Are you my girlfriend? What are you even to me? Those words shattered Lena. She had never imagined one would say such things. She had already distanced herself from her family. And now even Juan, whom she had trusted with her heart, rejected her. So was everything they had just time pass for him? Then came the day of the match. Juan stepped into the ring. His plan was to play well in the first 2 rounds and lose in the third. But something unexpected happened. Right in the first round he got hit so badly that he collapsed face first onto the mat, unconscious. He lost the match badly. Meanwhile, Lena was already going through emotional pain. On top of that, her sleazy restaurant boss, drunk, tried to force her to drink with him. Reluctantly, she agreed to have 1 drink. But then he tried to assault her. Angry, Lena punched him hard, so hard that he ended up in the hospital. She was taken to the police station. Thankfully, her cousin Donna showed up and got her released. Later, during a conversation, Lena found out that Donna's boss had tried to block her promotion. To get it, she needed to bring in a new high-profile client. Donna said, "Don't worry, Lena. I'll get you that TV opportunity." Lena felt bad. Donna had supported her when everyone else turned their backs. The same cousin who once seemed selfish was now standing by her side. So when Donna asked her to appear on a TV show, Lena agreed. Donna was thrilled. She said, "Don't be nervous. I've designed the whole format for you." The next day, Lena appeared on stage. She had a small earpiece in her ear, so Donna could guide her from the control room. The show's host began asking tough questions. "Have you ever even tried to find a job?" And more like that. Lena, trembling, began answering. Donna helped her through the earpiece. Then the show played a pre-recorded video. One that had been shot secretly at Lena's house when she and her mom were fighting. Seeing that, the audience began criticizing Lena harshly. What kind of girl talks to her mom like that? What a shame. Everyone started demanding that Lena be removed from the show. The environment became extremely tense. Embarrassed, overwhelmed, Lena froze on stage. She felt like the entire world was mocking her again. Later, she was shown sitting in her room at home, sobbing uncontrollably. She had no one left, no money, no job, absolutely nothing. At that moment, a message popped up on her phone. Read, "Have you ever truly won anything in your life? If not and you still want to win, come find us." That one message struck something deep within Lena. And she made a decision. She would rebuild herself. She would transform into someone who could shock the entire world. Lena had made up her mind. She wasn't going to live as a joke anymore. She was going to transform herself. Completely. Everyone had mocked her for her age and her body. But she didn't let that stop her. She rejoined the gym, not for others but for herself. The same gym that had once doubted her now welcomed her. They agreed to train her, though she'd need to earn it. So Lena began isolating herself from the world. She focused entirely on boxing. Her world became all about practice and perseverance. Day and night she gave it her all. With her sheer determination and hard work, she went from fat to fit. Eventually, she was selected to participate in a female boxing championship. But getting selected wasn't the end. She had to qualify to actually compete. Her biggest hurdle: her weight. The doctors and committee doubted she could meet the weight class. But seasons changed. And so did Lena. She lost over 50 kilograms. Yes, 50 kilograms gone. Gone was the insecure, self-conscious girl. Standing now was a confident, determined athlete. People around her were stunned. Even her father was shocked and proud. When he heard about her training, he smiled. But he also said that her mother was very ill. And it was getting harder for her sister Dawn to manage everything alone. Lena smiled and said, "If I fight with Dawn again, you'll have to separate us." Her father laughed and said, "I think now both of you can take a few punches, just like boxers." Lena went home and started helping out at the shop with Dawn. She balanced home and training. Meanwhile, there was a twist. One of the players from Lena's team got injured and couldn't participate in the championship. Lena was chosen to take her place. But there was a problem. Lena hadn't officially played any qualifying match yet. And now this was going to be a direct one-on-one game. Against a professional opponent. Still, Lena wasn't scared. She didn't want to lose this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. One day at the shop, Juan appeared. He was stunned to see the new Lena. So fit, so confident. The next moment he turned and ran away. Lena chased after him. They stopped and finally talked. Lena didn't bring up the past. She didn't argue. She learned that Juan was now working at a construction site. It hurt her. He never wanted this life. She told him about her upcoming match. I have a championship match next week. If you can please come watch. Juan didn't know what to say. He wanted to ask for forgiveness, but didn't have the courage. Then came match day. Fully prepared, Lena headed to the ring. And now it became clear. The woman shown at the start of the story, the one preparing for a big match, was Lena all along. As she walked toward the boxing ring, she looked into a mirror and saw her old self. The overweight, insecure girl everyone used to mock. That old version of her looked back and said, "All the best." Lena smiled. She had left that version behind. She was reborn. The bell rang. The match began. Her opponent hit her hard. Again and again. But Lena didn't give up. She kept standing up after every fall. The crowd thought she should just give up. But she ignored them all. Lena was determined. Her opponent delivered one final punch and Lena hit the ground hard. Everyone gasped. It looked like the match was over. Flashbacks began. All her memories rushed in. Giving the house to her sister Dawn. Going to her ex-boyfriend's wedding with her ex-best friend. The betrayal. The fake TV. The depression. She remembered the moment she almost ended her life. Then how she clawed her way back. How boxing became her new world. That thought sparked something in her. She stood up, one last time. Though the match was lost. Her coach hugged her proudly. Because no one had ever stood toe-to-toe with that champion for that long. Lena had made her mark. She had proved everyone wrong. Even those who had insulted her. Now realized their mistake. As she exited the stadium, she ran into Juan again. He said, "You don't need to win to be a champion. Boxing money, none of it matters. You already won." Lena replied, "Exactly. I've already won." Juan invited her to hang out again. But Lena declined. She smiled and walked away. Her journey wasn't over. Her destination was now something bigger. And so, the story ends with Lena. Back in the gym, boxing, training harder than ever. Pushing herself to the limit. And as we say goodbye, remember, the Lena at the beginning, and the Lena at the end, were the same person. She really did lose 50 kilos. She really did change her life. And maybe, just maybe, her story can change someone else's too. Thank you for watching.